Hey guys, so during this video I'm still in Phuket in Kamala Beach. I'm leaving to Phuket Islands tomorrow, which I can't wait. They're supposed to be fucking amazing. So is Thailand, and I mean in this case specifically Phuket, as that's the place I've been staying for these 2 weeks, worth visiting in 2022. At the moment of this video there's still this test and go scheme, which I believe will be cancelled very soon, or actually might be cancelled already at the time of this video. Check that yourselves, guys. Now, where to go? Phuket is not that big. If you're coming here for 2-3 weeks, you can see not maybe all Phuket, but most of it. You definitely can see most of the Phuket. I've been here 2 weeks and I've seen most of it. I haven't really seen north part, but that much. But the south part, and the south part is really beautiful. For those people who say that Phuket is not worth it, you know, it's very touristy, I disagree. Yes, there are tourists, but I mean, it's Thailand. There will be tourists anyway, anywhere, everywhere, right? Mainland maybe less, of course, but here, yes, there are places like Patong, let's say, loads of tourists, and I will touch on Patong separately. But it's totally worth it. It's a very beautiful island, especially around the coastline. Really, really nice. So let's start with Old City. That's basically how I did. I stayed in Old City, Phuket Old Town. And that probably is the most authentic Thai city here on Phuket Island. Now, if you have limited amount of time and you don't want to go to mainland and see these cities like Bangkok, you know, and Chiang Mai and so on, go to Old Town, and that will be the closest you will get to authentic Thai city. There are places. There's Monkey Hill you can visit, you know, which is free of charge. There's monkeys all over the mountain, and some interesting electrical receivers and antennas on the top that you can like really go close and see. Like in Europe, they usually would be like you know, fenced off. You wouldn't go so close to them. Here you can do that. It's actually interesting. I would recommend you. There are some temples around the old town, like Wat Chalong. It's a small temple, but go for it. It's free of charge again. Very nice temples there, Buddhist temples. I believe is the most important Buddhist temple complex here on Phuket Island. Then there's Big Buddha, which is very close to Wat Chalong actually. High up in the mountain, you can actually see it from many places, just from the streets. Like if you look up in the skyline, you can see this massive Buddha like on the top of the green hill, you know. So there are places to see, and in Old Town probably street food. If you like street food, Old Town would be the best for that, as there are many stalls. There's these like night carts. There are night markets happening. They're not very big. They're very small, and they're mostly not for street food, but for grocery and stuff. But they are there. Street food, yeah. Old Town probably the best. There is this Sunday market, street market, which actually arrived on Sunday. I saw it. It was pretty cool. There's a lot of food stalls from different type of foods: meats, seafood, you know, juices, ice creams, basically everything, whatever you can imagine, you know. And some other, of course, like souvenirs and so on and so on. Now, after Old Town, I went to Katakaron, it's called the place. It's two beaches next to each other, one of them a bit smaller, one of them a bit bigger, and it's a really nice place. I was staying towards the Kata beach, which I actually would probably recommend as well, as it's a bit smaller. I don't know, I just prefer the Kata beach than the Karon beach. My preference, you know. And from there, rent a scooter. right? It can be scary here in Thailand to ride on a scooter as traffic here is can be get very intense, you know, and the rules, well, there are rules and laws, but people tend to kind of ignore them very often. So be careful, extra attention, don't rush, don't speed, that's not necessary. I mean, Thailand has one of the highest rates of road accidents in the world, so drive with the care when you're here. Right? And have helmet. There's plenty of people who are riding without helmet, but if you won't have a helmet, police will have extra reason to stop you and fine you. That's just the way how it is. The fines here are like that. Depends obviously from the offense, but basically 200 baht, and once they give you the fine, that's it, you're safe for 24 hours. They can't give you a fine. Even if they stop you again, you just show them this slip, you know, that you've been fined, and they can't touch you basically for 24 hours. Now, I personally haven't got this fine. I'm just talking from what I have learned before my travels from other travelers. Right? But yeah, rent a scooter. Scooters cost like depends, starting from 200 to 250 baht usually, and they give you helmet with that. Personally, I managed to get it for 150 baht, and usually it's the more days you take, the cheaper it gets. Take a scooter and go south. Go towards Ravai. Ravai is a really nice place with a really nice beach, loads of boats on the beach, nice cafes down with a view, you know, on the sea line. And then once you go from Ravai up towards back to Kata, there are several really amazing viewpoints. Now, I don't remember now from head. I will put them with the names and now as I speak, so you can see, have a preview how they look. There's like 2 or 3 of them, and they're really nice. They're all free of charge. You don't have to pay. And there's are some stunning sunsets. Specifically, I believe it's called Windmill Viewpoint. It had amazing sunset. I was passing it by. I didn't stay there myself, but I was there already on the brink, you know, when the sun was setting. I just didn't want to drive during night, so I went home. But it looked fucking stunning. Go do it. If you rent a car, or you even take a taxi, go there, you know, take a taxi back. It will cost you a bit more, obviously, you know, but if you can afford it, if you're not on a tight budget like I am, go for it. It's definitely worth it, you know. These viewpoints, they're like, you can see these small islands and everything, you know, like beaches, you know. It's really beautiful. There's one amazing viewpoint which is sort of off the beaten path, that I mean, if you would pass by, you would never know there's a viewpoint, unless you have already known it before, you know, and you're going there with the intention to find it. It is close to Nui Beach. Again, you will see what it looks like, and the view from there is really spectacular, I would say. Really nice view. Might be one of the best views I've seen here so far. Right. And then once you've done that, that might take you like 2-3 days. Go to Patong. I went to Patong, and Patong, that's a yeah, well, that's a beast. Patong, first of all, Patong is more expensive than all the other places in Phuket. Sometimes I would say even almost twice as expensive. So let's say if in other places you could easily manage with a daily budget, let's say of with 30 euro or so, in Patong count on 50-60 euro a day. Everything is more expensive, and Patong is a party place. So there's this place called Bangla Road, and the wildest parties happen there, starting from 6-7 o'clock, you know. They close the street down, no traffic allowed anymore, only pedestrians. And that place is wild. I mean, it gets wild. Officially they allow to party till like 12, but Usually parties happen till 5 in the morning, unless police comes and shuts it down, as I've experienced it once. I was there three days, and yeah, second day I was on the street and police came and shut it down, so everybody went home. But those days when it happens till 5 in the morning, it's wild. Also about Patong is, if you want a peaceful holiday and you don't want people to try to sell you whatever, you know, don't go to Patong. Like it will become really extremely overwhelming very fast. It's not meant for everyone, I'm telling you that. It's if you have been in Marrakesh, let's say, Marrakesh is, in my opinion, the worst place for this ever, where I have been from all places. You know, it's not like that, but it's getting close. It's getting close, I must say. You know, just every corner has a massage salon, and these girls and lady boys, they will try to pull you in. You will say no. Next to them there's another massage salon, and even though you said no to them, the next one will ask you anyway, and the next one after that, and so on and so on. So it's like a never-ending story. The same is about the restaurants. The restaurants there, it's like next to each other, and all of them will ask you, please check my menu, come in, have a food, you know. The same taxis. I mean, taxis, that's everywhere. I guess when you travel, it's just taxi, 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 taxi. You know. At the first, of course, first day you're like, oh, you smile, and it's like, no, thank you, no, thank you. But if you're staying there more than 1 day or 2 days, it will get overwhelming very fast. I'm telling you that. So it's not meant for everyone. I can handle it, but I know many people who really can't, and who goes absolutely crazy about these things, and they just can't stand it. So mind that. And if you're one of those people, I would recommend you to go there for 1 day, just to have the experience, explore go to Bangla Road, see what's the story with that. It is worth to sacrifice your nerves for this experience, but don't stay longer than 1 day, because there are plenty of other nice beaches around the Phuket, where they're still gonna ask you the same questions, but on way less, and it will be less annoying. It will be more peaceful and calmful. All right. From there, you can go to Kamala. Kamala is a really nice place. I'm actually in Kamala now, as you can see. It's a small beach, like this. It's a nice place. Accommodation can be a bit more expensive around the beach area than it would be in Kata, but there are cheaper options once you go a bit deeper in Kamala, and that would be like 10 extra minute walk. So if you want straight on the beach accommodation, you're gonna have to pay extra, and that will be like 15 to 18 euro probably a night. Deeper on, I've seen for 8-10 euro a place where to stay. So it's affordable again. And yeah, Kamala, I would recommend you to come to Kamala. There's another beach up there somewhere up north. I haven't been there. It's a really tiny beach, and people say it's a very nice place to go as well. Unfortunately, I don't think I'll have a time to go there, as tomorrow I'm going to Phi Islands, and I think it's time to leave Phuket, you know, and see something else, at least for myself. And then from Kamala, go back to Old Town, grab a boat and go to Phi Islands, or somewhere else, wherever you wish. I mean, Thailand is a big place. There's lots to see. Many beaches, many islands, many big cities, historical cities, temples. So go and explore. So answer to those the question for those people who'd ask, is it worth visiting Thailand, and specifically Phuket, in 2022? I would say definitely yes, because even though there are these like test and go schemes still in effect, there are people, there are tourists, cafes and shops are open, and there's plenty to do here. There's plenty to do here. It's not like it's dead, you know. Still, obviously, it's probably not as as it was used before COVID hit, you know, but it's definitely worth it. Go for it. It's a really nice place, beautiful beaches. I really can't see how you would regret coming here. All right, guys, I think that will be it for this vlog. See you in the next one.